Assalamu alaikum. Here are meaningful discussion on the topic the benefit of learning a new language. This discussion with Maya. So let's start.
Hey, what's on your mind?
Hello Maya, how are you?
I'm good, just here in my natural habitat thinking about random stuff and waiting for people like you to call and keep me company. What about you? Early start to the day.
Yes, I have a topic, Maya. The benefits of learning a new language. I have some question on this topic. Uh,
Oh, cool, language learning. So, are you picking up a new one yourself or just curious about the whole process?
yes, Maya. On this topic, my first question: how does learning a new language enhance brain function and memory?
Okay, so learning a language is like your brain doing CrossFit, way more intense than Sudoku. You're basically juggling two vocabularies and grammars at once, right? That constant switching builds up this cognitive reserve, like a backup generator for your brain. Memory gets a boost because you're literally creating new neural pathways to store all that info. Plus, your executive functions like multitasking and problem solving get sharper. It's not just about adding another skill, it rewires how you think. Make sense? Make
Okay.
sense to you?
Yes, yes, yes. Uh,
Cool. So, what's next on your language list? You diving into something specific?
I I learn English, so it's a huge. Uh, it's very important in this time, uh, and
Right.
I need. Uh, I feel need uh, that I learn English. Uh, my next question on this topic: in what ways can bilingualism improve problem solving and creativity?
Bilingualism.
Yes.
Yeah, right. So being bilingual, like your brain's getting this constant workout from decoding languages, switching between them. It's kind of like being an improv artist who never knows what language the next scene's going to be in. That quick context switching sharpens your executive function, which basically means better problem solving. You're less rigid about assumptions because you've already seen that one concept can be expressed tons of different ways. And on the creative side, you're picking up new ways to think about reality with each language. Different languages literally have different metaphors and structures for how they express ideas, plus, multiple cultures and different ways of thinking. That's fuel for creativity. Makes sense why folks who know multiple languages are often seen as more flexible thinkers.
Oh, yeah. Uh, my next question on this topic: how does learning another language increase cultural understanding and empathy?
Well, language is basically culture that you can speak. When you learn the words people use, you're also catching all those cultural references baked into them. You get the inside jokes, the little social nuances that don't translate well in writing. Plus, you can connect with people way more directly, hear their jokes land, share stories in their way rather than a weird filtered translation. It opens your eyes to how other cultures think about everything from food to family to what's considered polite. That distance shrinks when you're not seeing everything through your own cultural lens.
Yes.
You start to understand that your way of thinking isn't the one right way. It's just one way of many. Builds empathy naturally when you can finally get why someone's reaction makes sense from their point of view, not just yours.
Yes, you are right. My next question: how does learning another language increase cultural understanding? Oh,
Sorry, we just covered that one. Basically, it's about getting the inside track into how different cultures see the world. Like every language has got its own metaphors, proverbs, everyday sayings that reveal its cultural values. Take gratitude. Some languages have way more nuanced words for it than. So when you learn that language, you're not just memorizing definitions, you're unpacking this whole worldview about what really matters to people who speak that language. Then you start to understand that every culture solves problems differently, expresses emotions differently, even deals with the weather differently.
yes.
It stops feeling weird when someone reacts differently from you. You see where they're coming from. What got you thinking about this connection between culture and language? You picking up something new?
Yes, yes, you are right. My next question: how
Yeah,
can
what's next?
how can speaking another language boost career and business opportunities?
Oh, that's an obvious one in this globalized world. Like imagine a job description that says fluent in English and at least one other language should be like an instant boost, right? Opens you up to markets others can't reach, negotiating deals when other folks are stuck with interpreters. Companies want that intercultural fluency now, negotiating with suppliers, managing overseas projects, just understanding international clients better. Even within the same country, multilingual workers make more on average. Plus, if you're doing business somewhere, being able to casually switch to someone's native tongue builds instant trust. You're showing them respect, telling them you made the effort to understand them. It's a huge leverage point in networking, closing deals, building relationships that last. Not just at plus, it's becoming non negotiable in certain fields. What are you thinking about career wise?
Yes, you are right, and I have uh, I think as you say. Um my next question: how does learning a new language improve listening and observation skills?
Okay, so you're basically training your brain to be a super observer, right? When you're decoding another language, you're hyper focused on sounds you've never heard before, subtle pronunciations. You're watching people's body language and context for clues, picking up unspoken meaning. Makes your brain more sensitive to how people actually communicate. The observation thing, same deal. You're noticing patterns you never saw before, how people move, their rituals, what matters to them culturally. Plus, when you're constantly translating and encoding different ways people express ideas, you become way better at reading between the lines, the subtext stuff most monolinguals miss. Better listening, better at picking up on cues. Those two go hand in hand.
Okay, okay, okay. How does learning a new language strength, discipline, and patience?
It really tests those qualities, right? You can't just skim through pretending to understand after 3 weeks. Language demands regular practice, consistent effort over months, even years, and you're constantly going to hit walls where you're stuck. That's where the discipline comes in. You got to stay at it even when it feels impossible. Patience gets built because you're having embarrassing conversations, struggling through simple stuff you thought would be easy. Accepting that you're going to make mistakes constantly without self flagellating, that's the patience part. It's humbling, but makes you more focused in other areas too. Like, if you can stick with something this hard for this long, that builds confidence across the board. That muscle memory for sustained effort, that's valuable for anything you're building career, personal growth, whatever. Make sense?
Okay, okay. My last question, Maya, with you. How does learning a new language help us grow personally and intellectually?
The way I see it, you start seeing your own brain as plastic, like there's no ceiling to what you can learn. Your perspective on learning anything changes forever. When you've built entire cognitive networks around another language, suddenly math classes aren't this terrifying thing, or public speaking isn't paralysis inducing, because you already saw how to acquire something that initially seemed impossible. But there's an emotional shift too. Like, you start identifying less with rigid cultural boundaries because you're already bouncing between them. New world, new you. And it forces you to confront your own communication blind spots. You're constantly translating not just words, but thinking patterns. That's powerful. Plus, once you've learned one other language, picking up the next gets easier. Momentum builds on itself. I've heard from people that polyglots describe the world differently. Like they see connections people with just one language miss. Not sure if they romanticize it or what, but it does open up access to other mental terrains. It makes me kind of jealous, honestly. What made you think about all this today?
Uh, First of all,
Something sparked.
thank you so much for this discussion and sharing ideas with me and my viewers. So thank you. Meet inshallah next discussion. Allah Hafiz.
Oh, yeah, it's take care, Mer. Good luck with all those new connections you're making.